Hey guys, welcome back to the Unknown Podcast. I'm your host, Shamara, Mara Strickland, and this is episode. This is, ep- this is episode 3. Sorry, I'm eating a taco. Really good. Love me a taco. Really good. And this podcast, I don't really have anything to talk about. I'm just gonna be eating my taco. It looks so preppy because I have my nose in. That little kiss. Mm, so good. I'm watching Notre Dame versus Purdue and women's basketball game. Fun fact: I love women's basketball. I love basketball, period, but like women's basketball is like my favorite. I don't like men's basketball. I just like women's because like it's not really exciting. But what I will say is men's basketball is what got me into women's basketball. Cause I started watching women's basketball and um, I started watching basketball. It's a freaking glare. I hate it. Like why is the light so bright? Okay, started watching women's basketball because not because but men's basketball got me into women's basketball. Like I was watching a men's basketball game and I was like, it wasn't interesting at all. I was like, what about like the women? Like, what if I want to see like the women play? And with the women, it was very interesting, especially college. And then like Paige Becker, excuse me, very unladylike. But Paige Beckers is like the best, and then Juju Watkins. I just love women's basketball. Like women's basketball is just so amazing. Yeah, that's a fun fact about me. I love women's basketball. I'm gonna make me another taco. Cause two wasn't enough. So what I like in my taco, it's like a black taco. It's not like an authentic Mexican taco. It's like a black taco, black people taco. Ground beef, tortilla. No, first you get the Taco Bell mix, Taco Bell kit, not mix kit. And you get the tortilla. And you get I put ground beef, cheese, and sour cream. That's it. No lettuce, no tomatoes, none of that. And well, hmm let me check if my basketball game on. Commercial break. Mm, that was amazing. I have like nothing in there. Anyway, I got ground beef in my teeth. Hey, huh, bow, bow, bow. Why was I going in the kitchen? Another commercial break.
Oh, we don't wear this in Florida. We don't wear this in Florida.
Where's my computer charger?
What?
I'm filming a podcast. I need my charger.
Here. Can I be in your podcast?
No. Okay, goodbye. Back from the commercial break. It's not gonna reach, so we're gonna come back over here. This is where,
Come on.
Callie, this this is where the podcast all started. Wait, I think my game's back on. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. Can you hear it? Okay, come on. But anyways, talk about my life. So I am overweight. I really talk about that. I am overweight. And for my age and my height, so my BMI, I am morbidly obese. Which me talking about me being obese while eating this is diabolical. But sure, I'm obese. And I want to stop being obese. I want to be skinny. Not skinny, but like healthy. Have a nice body. And I want to grow muscle. I want to start playing basketball. And I always say this. It's like, I know, like, I always say it's like, oh, I want to play basketball. I want to play basketball. And I don't take it seriously. But when I start taking basketball seriously, I feel like I could be really good at it. Like, for real. I feel like I could be really good at it. I feel like I could go do one. If I took it seriously, if I took basketball seriously, like took it seriously, I feel like I could go do one to a good college, to a good like basketball, a good basketball program. I feel like I could go do one. Not to like any D1 schools, because some of these D1 schools don't be D1 for real. Like they really D2 with the way they play and perform. Like I feel like I could like if I take it seriously, I feel like I could get a scholarship from like I was about to say UConn, but I don't know. Wait, I feel like if I took basketball seriously, I could get a scholarship from University of Miami. I really think that, or like NC State. Like I could get, or like Oregon or Ohio State. Like if I took it seriously, or Louisville. So I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like I took basketball seriously. I could go D1 and get a scholarship offer from a good basketball program. Probably not like South Carolina, like USC, UConn. Maybe not that school. But if I like take it seriously, yeah, those schools. But if I take it like seriously, like if I take it like serious, like basketball is my life. If I take it seriously like that, then I feel as I could get a D1 scholarship offer from anywhere, including South Carolina, USC, and UConn. But I feel like if I'm just taking it seriously and I have like other priorities, but basketball is like one of the main ones, then I feel like I could get a scholarship from like Miami, Louisville, Ohio State, NC State, like one of like the lower top 25 schools. I feel like I could get a scholarship from there. But who are the top 25 women's basketball? Like, I feel like if I took basketball seriously, I could get a scholarship offer from Maryland, Florida State, Ole Miss, Creighton, Kentucky, Nebraska, Alabama, or Indiana. If I took it serious, I feel like if I take it serious, like basketball is my number one priority, I could get a scholarship from South Carolina, UConn, USC, Texas, UCLA, Notre Dame, LSU, Ohio State. I mean, not Ohio State, Iowa State. If I ever, mark my words, if I ever get a scholarship, because I would never apply to this school, but if I ever get a scholarship, government scholarship from this school, I would never accept it. I would. You'll never catch me, dead or alive, repping or supporting Iowa. Never in my life will I support a Iowa Hawkeye. Basketball, football, track, cheer, soccer, baseball, softball, gymnastics. None. No, cycling. Freaking pickleball. Squash. You would never catch me supporting Iowa Hawkeyes. Would never. Never, never, never. You can mark my words. I don't care if that is the school that is the one school that offers me a scholarship. I will go JUCO before I go to that. Promise you, I will literally go JUCO. I will go to junior college, work on my skills, and get another school to offer me. But coming straight out of high school, and Iowa is the only D1 school that offers me a scholarship. Best believe I'm going JUCO because you will never catch me dead in a black and yellow Iowa jersey wearing Iowa across my chest. Never. And you wonder why that is. I just don't like them. And there's a lot of reasons why, but I'm not going to say them. First of all, I have a lot of reasons why I would never, ever support the Iowa Hawkeyes. Or never rep the Iowa Hawkeyes and never be a part of the college organization of the University of Iowa Hawkeyes. Never. Okay, I think my game's back on, so I'm gonna pause and resume, and I will see you guys a little later after my game. Okay, so I'm back. That game was. I want to watch good basketball. Hold on, this is really like pissing me off. Okay. I want to watch good basketball. I do not want to repeatedly watch someone getting blown out. I don't want to watch no one get their black back blown out. No, I want to watch a good basketball game. Like the USC versus Ole Miss game, the first game of the season. That was a basketball game I would watch again. And that was a good basketball game. That's what it comes down to. The last couple minutes of a basketball game. Where like everybody's fighting for rebounds, points. Everybody's just fighting to win. That's what I want to watch. I don't want to watch a blowout, a team get blown out by 30, 40, 50 points. No, like I haven't been really watching like the UConn games, the LSU games, or like really any women's basketball games because they all been blowouts. And that's a good thing. Well, that's a good and bad thing. The good thing because it shows that like the teams higher up on like the top 25 or like the top 10 or really just the top 25 teams shows that they're getting better and like they're improving. That shows improvement. Blowout games means improvement for the team that's winning. And also shows the team that's getting blown out what they need to work on. But I don't want to watch that. I'm sorry. I want to watch good basketball. I don't want to watch no team getting blown out. I want to see like people going back and forth, or somebody like scoring back and forth, like getting chippy. I want to see that. I want to see aggression. I want to see good basketball. Period. That's mainly what it is. And I like to see upsets. Like even if it's like my favorite team, I'm always like not always, but I'm secretly always rooting for the underdog. Like I want to see the underdog win. I love an upset. Like Harvard versus I think it was Maryland. Maryland? Maryland? I think it was Maryland, but Harvard versus Maryland. It was an upset. Or what was it Indiana? No, it was wait, hold on. Let me do my research. Harvard women's basketball. Who was it? Who was it? It was a good team. Indiana. It was not Maryland. It was Indiana. Sorry for my mistake. It was my mistake. I make mistakes too. But it was Indiana. And Indiana's a what? They're a top 25 school. Yeah, they literally just made the cut for top 25. They're the 25th team. But still, they're a top 25 team, which is a big achievement. And they let an unranked school, they're ranked, and they let an unranked Harvard, like Ivy League school, beat them. They let a Harvard Ivy League that's known for like being smart, not really known for athletics, beat them. And that was a good game. Like I didn't watch it, but I just know that was a good game because it was an upset. Like I love upsets, and I just love watching good basketballs. And I just like rooting for the underdog. Like today, UConn was who did UConn go up against? They went up against University of South Florida, which is not my team, but like I'm moving to South Florida, and well, I'm like going to live in South Florida, and I was rooting for them, even though I love UConn, like I love Paige Beckers, I love like the whole UConn team. I love UConn, but I knew they were gonna win, but there was a part of me rooting for the underdog, rooting for South Florida, like make an upset or at least try or like keep up with them. But you know what the score was? You know what the score was. The score was 86. 86 UConn to 49. 49. 86 to 49. South Florida had 49. UConn had 80. 80. Wait. Had 86. Do you know how much of a blowout that is? They won by 37 points. 37. 37 points. And I'm like, they didn't even try. I just literally wait. They literally basically got blown out by 40 points. Imagine losing by 40. by 40 points, I would never show my face on campus ever again. I would just transfer. Transfer to somewhere far away. I would transfer to literally like Hawaii. I would like leave. I would never show my face on campus ever again. I would be ashamed. Losing by 40? Oh my gosh. How terrible do you have to be? But UConn is really good and they have Paige Beckers. Like, who can stop Paige Beckers? Literally, like, nobody. Can stop Paige Beckers. So, like, I give them the benefit of the doubt for that because they were benefit of the doubt for that because they were going against UConn. That team is top two. That's a, that team is number two in the top 25, just under South Carolina, the national champions. So it's like, but still, like, try. Like, it seems like they didn't even try. And like, UConn is so good. Their last game, which was against Boston. Oh, funny thing. The last two games, they've scored 86. They've scored 86 points. So, in their last two games combined, they have had a total of 172 points. It's all like, and their last game was against Boston. And I'm telling you, that I didn't even like. I watched a little bit of that game, but I stopped. I stopped watching it like towards the end of the first quarter. I was like, I'm not even gonna watch this. I'm not even gonna waste my energy because at one point it was at one point what
Ah, okay, let's go.
at one point in the first quarter, first the game literally just started. It was 31-6. That was the end of the first quarter. That's what the score was at the end of the first quarter. 31-6. They scored 30 points, 31 points in the first quarter. 8:26. They scored 30 points in the first quarter. The game literally just started. In the span of 10 minutes, they scored 31 points. And Boston scored six. Six lousy points. That's either two three-pointers, which, knowing that team, they probably didn't score any three-pointers. So that's three, wait, 2, 4, 6. That's three two-pointers. Like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. And in that game, South Florida put up a better fight than Boston did. Because guess how many points Boston put up? Guess.
Uh, what time?
I said 8:26.
Huh?
I said 8:26.
8:20.
Yeah, 6. Guess how much points Boston put up at the end of the game? End of the game. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. At the end of the game, like the final score was 86-32. 32 points. UConn scored that in the first quarter. UConn scored what Boston put up the entire game in the first quarter. How ridiculous is that? How crazy is that? How terribly do you have to be at basketball for a team to one blow you out by how much? Blow you out by 54 points. How terrible do you have to be for a team to blow you out by 54 points? 54. And how terrible do you have to be for you to put up the entire game what the other team scored in the first quarter? Oh, like, bro, what the freak? You are terrible. At that point, just like defund the whole school, defund the whole university, defund the whole women's basketball team. Like, just defund the basketball team. Like, don't. Like, I can't either. How do you? What is? That's just. I don't even have any words. I'm speechless. How are you that bad? 32 points in the entire game, and the other school put up that many points in the first quarter? That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Like, and I just like can't. I can't. Like stuff like that. Just like and like Texas. Let me tell you what the score. Okay, let me tell you what the scores was of all the top 25 teams that played today. Because not all of them played, but let me tell you the scores of what the game was. So Notre Dame and UConn. No, not Notre Dame. Notre Dame and Purdue is currently live right now, and the score is 66-36. But what I can say is I've been watching that game. Purdue has been putting up a fight. They have not been giving up, even though they're down. Okay, they just scored a two-pointer. They just scored a two-pointer, so it's 66-38 now. So they're down. Oh, and they just got a foul. Okay, I don't know if she committed the foul or the foul was against her. Oh no, man. Oh Jesus. So they're only down 28, which is kind of a lot, but I feel like they could make a comeback because it's only the third quarter. They still have a whole 2 minutes left to go, and it's the third quarter with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. Okay, so they could make a comeback. I don't know if they are gonna make a comeback, but if they like keep up the momentum, I feel like they could like probably cut the score down to like 10, and then if they could cut the score down to 10 in this quarter in 2 minutes left, which is like very unlikely, but if they could get this like cut the score down, cut the deficit down to 10, and then by the fourth quarter they like go on a roll, then I feel like they could win. But knowing Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, and that whole Notre Dame team, they're probably just gonna take the win. But that was Notre Dame, and then they just got a turnover. So, anyways, Notre Dame's number 6. And then this was a good. I didn't watch this game, but I will say this was NC State number 9 NC State versus versus South Carolina, number 1 South Carolina, the reigning national champions. And I thought being ranked number 9 in the entire country, in the entire like association of women's basketball, in like the NCAA, you would think they would put up a better fight and that it would actually be a close game. But no, you no not UConn. South Carolina scored 71 points, and North Carolina's NC State scored 57, which hold on. They lost by 14 points, which might not seem like a lot compared to other schools, but you're ranked top 10 in the entire country. You would think it would be closer than that, and you're losing by 14 points. I get that it's like the reigning national champions, and they went undefeated, and they're gone 40 games undefeated, and they're probably going to go undefeated this entire season as well. But still, you're ranked. That's not an excuse. You're ranked top 10 in the country, top 10 women's basketball league, women's college basketball in the country, and you are losing by 14 points. No, no. I don't care if it was the number 1 ranked team or the 93rd ranked team. You should be putting up a better fight than that. Like, no, ma'am. And then what else I was gonna say? And South Carolina, one of their players, Chloe Kitts, she wasn't even playing. And she's like a really like valuable player. She's one of their most valuable players. And she wasn't even playing because due to like an academic thingy, like the academic policy. She didn't like even play that game. And you would think they would win, but no. Sanaya Rivers. Sanaya freaking Rivers. I wanna like, can I see it? Hold on. I wanna see the highlights. I can take it. Hold on. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Full box score. Okay. Sanaya Rivers. I am disappointed in her. Very disappointed in her and the way she played today. She is going to be a first rounder in the upcoming 2025 WNBA draft. No doubt she's going in the first round. Wait. No doubt. Yeah, I feel like she's going in the first round. She's going in the first round, or she's either going to be the first pick of the second round. No later than that. But games like this make me have doubt. Make me have doubt. But she had four, wait, she had 4 points. 4 points in 29 minutes. She played most of the game, and she scored 4 points. 4 points with one assist, one steal, 3 blocks, which that was good. Those blocks were good. 3 blocks, 3 turnovers. So the assist to turnover ratio was not good. And I don't know what PF is. Wait, hold on. That's not saying. I don't know what PF is. But yeah, she did not perform the best. The best. Today was just not a good game for her, which I'm disappointed. And she went 0-1 in 3 pointers, 1-7 from the field goal, and but she did go 2 from 2 from the free throw line. So her free throws were good. Also, she had six. Wait, was that her? Yeah, she had 6 defensive rebounds. Wait. She had a good. Okay, she had it all right. Not okay. She had mid game. It was very iffy. If you like give it this, but like more down than it is up, like 60-40. 60% with a bad game and the 40% with a good game. The 40% would be she has 6 defensive rebounds, 7 rebounds. But she has 6 defensive rebounds. She has 7 rebounds, 1 assist. No, that's not good. Yeah, and she's a guard. Wait, what is she? One, two, three, four. She's a four. She's a forward, or she's a power forward. Yeah, but still, anyways. So she has 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and that's literally it. Not even. That was a bad game. The only good thing was that she had 7 rebounds and 3 blocks. But offensively, what are you doing? She had 3 turnovers and 1 assist. The ratio was horrible. And she had 4 points and 1 steal. Offense was terrible. Defense was I. And then the freshman, I think that's her name? Zamia? Zamaria? Zamaria? She's a freshman. A freshman. And she scored 16 points. Coming coming off the bench. Coming off the bench and a freshman. She scored 16 points. 16 points, 0 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. That is a good, and she scored the highest points out of everybody. She outscored the starters, and she's a freshman, and she came off the bench. Like, I don't like, I do not like understand this right now. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Like, they need to get better, do better. I don't know. There's something just needs to change. You're the number 9 ranked team. You need to do better. Next, let's go to South Carolina. Today was just a masterclass for. Today was just a Tina Pow Pow masterclass because she did amazing. She had 23 points, the highest points. 23 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds, and 2 turnovers. So the assist to turnover ratio, that she had more assists than she did turnover. So it was just a really good game for her. And 23 points, that's just amazing. She went wait, no, that's not her. She went 10 from 16 from field goal. And she went 3 from 7 from 3-pointer. And she played, she played the entire game, basically. And then played Myaja Wiley. Amazing. She's one of the greats. One of the greatest sophomores currently. I think she's top 3 or top 3 or 4, top 5. She was top 5 sophomore this year. She got 18 points, 1 block, and 3 rebounds with 2 turnovers. No assists. So can we say anything about that? But yeah, that was a really good game. And then who else played today? I wanna love you with no fears. We can do this thing together. Close your eyes and take my hand. And look us. Oregon plays today. Hopefully, Oregon's been doing pretty good with Deja Kelly. She's been mixing in great. But next. I love you. Okay. Next. Number 4, Texas went against Southeast Missouri State. And I have no idea who that team is, so I'm going to give them a benefit of the doubt. But they scored 119 to 47. That wasn't even a blowout. I don't even know what that was. Their back was broke. Not even blown out. Their back was snapped in half. That's insane. That is insane. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. They lost by. They lost by. They lost by 72 points. Southeast Missouri State lost by 72 points. They almost lost by 100 points. They almost lost by 100 points. I've never seen that. I never want to see that. That's just. They lost by 72 points. That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Next, UCLA, number 5 UCLA went against Colgate toothpaste. Colgate, and it was 81 minus 63, and Lauren Bench, God Almighty, she got 31 points. She had 31 points, and I think that's her first. Is that her first 30-pointer of the season? 30-point game of the season? I don't think anyone has had a 30-point game yet. But she did amazing. But what was it? 81 minus 63. Okay, Colgate lost by 18 points. They lost by 18 points. And I will say this. That's too close. One thing I can say about UCLA, their wins have been very slim. Like when they went against Louisville, I don't know how much they won by. Louisville, women's basketball. Wait, how much did they lose by? Put that door for me. Wait, I can't find it. I can't find it. Okay. Wait, I can't find it. Okay. Okay, 59, 66, 59. They beat Louisville. They beat Louisville by 7 points. 7 points. Which is ridiculous. It was 66 to 59. They beat Louisville, which Louisville is, I think, 18. I think they're 18th in the top 25. Let me double check on that. Louisville. Wait, is Louisville even in the top 25? No. No. Wait. Yes, they are. 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 Sorry, I didn't see it. Louisville is number 17 in the top 25. And UCLA is number 5 or 6. Number 5. And Louisville, and they won, and no, UCLA won by 7 points. That is just too close. That is too close. And then in the exhibition game, I don't know who it was against, but I've seen this thing where they only won by 4 points, and it was against an unranked team. And you're winning by 18 points against an unranked team. I think the Colgate is D2. I don't think they're D1. But you see, these other teams are just getting better, and these other teams are blowing out these unranked teams, these higher teams that are over you, like South Carolina, UConn, UCS, and Texas. They're blowing out these teams by 50, 60, 72 points, and you are winning by 18. I feel like that's the problem there. That's an issue there. You need to be doing how your other fellow top fives are. You need to be blowing out these unranked teams by 40, 50, 60, 72 points. And you're not. And you're losing against, and you're winning against unranked teams by 4 points. And you're losing against teams that are ranked, but they're ranked very lower than you by 7 points. You need to get better. And I don't know if it's because of Kiki Rice isn't there anymore, but yeah. I guess this podcast episode is more of a basketball. This turned into a basketball like little thing. But like I said, I am passionate, very passionate about women's basketball and basketball period. I need to clean under my nose. Women's basketball and basketball period. But I'm going to talk about this more because I can only do this for 45 minutes. But I will be back. I'm going to end this and then I'll do a part 2. Yeah. I will see you guys in literally like 1 minute. So.